And speaking of foreign bases, reports say Iran wanted one in the Sudan. Just one problem though, the Sudanese government has said no, which also raises some questions like, do Iran and the Sudan get along? Why did Iran want a base in that country, and why did the Sudan say no? First, some geography. The Sudan is located in northeastern Africa, just south of Egypt. It has a pretty long coastline along the Red Sea, some 750 kilometers of it, and that's what Iran reportedly wanted. A naval base on the Red Sea. That's what Iran wanted. Two reasons why. Number one, Iran's rivals already have access to the Red Sea, like Saudi Arabia, Israel, Egypt. All of them can access the Red Sea, but Iran cannot. It is located on the other side of the Persian Gulf, so it wants this access. Reason number two, to weaponize maritime trade. You see, Yemen's Houthis are already doing it. They've been attacking commercial ships in the Red Sea. And who supports the Houthis? The Iranian regime. So Tehran knows how important this route is, how it can scare world powers. Maybe that's why Tehran wants a base there, to keep tabs on rivals, to coordinate with the Houthis, and to check Western powers. But why did the Sudan turn them down? They said no to Iran. Reports say Iran offered them a sweet deal, a helicopter carrier in exchange for a naval base. But the Sudan feared a Western backlash. Let me explain this. Until 2019, the Sudan was ruled by an Islamist dictator. His name was Omar al-Bashir. He was quite close to Iran. But that year, 2019, a military coup toppled him. Sudan's generals captured power, and they kept Iran at a distance. They wanted to repair relations with the West. Just consider the Abraham Accords. In 2021, the Sudan decided to recognize Israel. In return, they got relief from the United States. The Sudan was removed from the terror watch list. It was also given $1.2 billion in loans, so the generals played along. If they side with the West, they get more benefits. If they side with Iran, they do not. So it's a simple strategic call. Of course, that may change in the future because the Sudan's regime is in trouble. They're fighting a civil war, the army versus the Rapid Support Forces, RSF. It's the country's main paramilitary group. Now, the generals need weapons to fight these rebels. If not, they could lose. And guess who is ready to offer that support? Iran. They've already sold some weapons to the Sudan. So my point is quite simple. The current Red Sea equation is not permanent. The generals can still change sides, meaning Iran can still get a port in the Red Sea. And what would that mean? Possibly more chaos. The Houthis alone have been a handful. Last week, they sunk a British commercial ship. It was hit by 2 Houthi missiles in February. The damages eventually sank the ship. Then yesterday, 3 undersea fiber optic cables were damaged. And this is serious. Undersea cables are the lifeline of the internet. All of us use it. Assume that you're browsing an American web page. Chances are it's hosted on a US server. So how are you browsing it in India or Africa or wherever you are? Because your internet provider is using these cables. They transmit data across countries and continents. If you cut these undersea cables, you can disrupt the internet. And that's what has happened now. 25% internet traffic between Asia and Europe has been impacted. Companies are racing to find solutions. So I guess the question is, who cut these cables? The Houthis have not claimed responsibility yet, but clearly they are the prime suspects. Because on Monday they attacked another ship, the MSC Sky.
Triumphing over the oppressed Palestinian people and in retaliation for the American-British aggression against our country, the naval forces of the Yemeni armed forces carried out a targeting operation against an Israeli ship, MSC Sky, in the Arabian Sea with several suitable naval missiles, and the hit was accurate and direct.
Guess who helped out the ship? The Indian Navy. The INS Kolkata arrived at the attack site late on Monday. Then this morning, firefighting began. 12 Indian personnel were involved in the mission. Take a look. So is this the new normal? I ask because the Houthis seem to like it. They now want ships to obtain permits, to take their permission, maybe pay them some money, and then sail through the Red Sea. It's a very dangerous trend. At first, the Houthis said their goal was to deter Israel, to stop the war in Gaza. That's what they wanted, they said. Once the war stopped, so would the attacks. But what if the Houthis change their plans? After all, this tactic is giving them a lot of attention and money. So what if the Houthis stick to it? That's the new headache for world powers.